Hello, in this video you will see some possibilities for using CELV in English language teaching and learning. This video will not explain how to use the basic and advanced search functions of the corpus. If you'd like to know more about how to make searches using CELV, watch the other videos in this channel. We are going to explore 4 ways in which you can use CELV as an English student or teacher. The first application we are going to explore is pronunciation checking. One way to quickly check the pronunciation of a word in English is to use an online dictionary. Besides showing definitions of words, this type of dictionary also has audio clips with their pronunciation. In this dictionary, for example, you can check the American and the British pronunciation of the word water.
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 CELV can work in a similar way with some advantages because it presents the words in a contextualized way in a real communicative situation. You won't see a definition of the word water, but you will see it inside a sentence, such as, "This is where I get water from." In addition, you can hear the pronunciation of the word and also see the water itself in video format.
So this is where I get water from.
Another valuable feature of the naturally occurring language found in CELV is that you can often find peculiar characteristics of spoken language, such as connected speech. For instance, if we search for the phrase "get out" in an online dictionary, we can hear examples of its isolated pronunciation.
Get out.
Get out.
However, in natural spoken language, it is common to connect the two words in the expression and pronounce "get out." We can find examples of this type of connected speech in CELV.
First of all, make sure your working area is clean and organised. Next, get out an exercise book or notepad to write in. It's probably
The ability to check the pronunciation of words in their real context can be very helpful to practice listening and speaking skills. The third application we will look at in this video is verb patterns. In English, when using two verbs in a sequence, we can create verb patterns that work differently depending on the verbs used. For example, some verbs can be followed either by an ing verb or by an infinitive verb with to, such as start, which accepts both patterns, start doing and start to do. Other verbs can only be followed by an ing verb, such as keep, as in keep doing. The pattern keep to do is not used. And other verbs can only be followed by an infinitive verb with to, such as the phrase would like in would like to do. The pattern would like doing is not used. This can be observed and studied in CELV using searches with part-of-speech tags. The tag set shows that the tag VVG corresponds to any verb in the ing participle form, and the tag VVI corresponds to any verb in the infinitive form. Let's use these tags to find examples of verb patterns in CELV. Searching for start and the tag VVG produces a list of examples of this pattern, which shows that it's very common in the English language with many different verbs. Searching for start to and the tag VVI also shows many results. This demonstrates that both patterns exist in the language. They can always be further analyzed by clicking in one of the results to see concordance lines. Now let's search for keep with the tag VVG. The list demonstrates that it is also a common verb pattern in English. But let's see what happens if we search for keep to and then VVI. No results were found in the corpus, which is a strong indication that this pattern is not used in the language. The same process can be done with the phrase would like. Searching for would like to VVI will show many different results. However, the results for would like and the tag VVG will probably be different. Again, finding no results is a strong indication that this pattern is not used. This type of search can be used by both teachers and students as a way of proving that some patterns exist but others don't. Furthermore, examples of each pattern can be analyzed in more detail by looking at concordance lines to find semantic differences between various patterns. The fourth and final application of CELV that we will explore in this video is stress derivation, a phonological process of the English language. Some words can be pronounced with different stressed syllables depending on their part of speech inside a sentence. Take, for example, the word record. When this word is a noun, it is pronounced record, but when it is a verb, it is pronounced record. Let's look at how we can use CELV to find examples of this stress derivation. Here we see that the word has 217 occurrences in this corpus. Let's increase the number of examples you can see to 100. And then click on the results to look at some concordance lines. Next, we can double-click on some concordance lines to find examples of pronunciation.
Okay, next piece of advice I have is to record yourself as often as possible.
In this example, the pronunciation was record, and the word was a verb.
London on November 17, 2011, to celebrate Guinness World Record Day.
In this example, the pronunciation was record and the word was a noun. We can facilitate the process of finding different stress derivations if we use the sort function by clicking on Show/Hide Advanced Options and then specifying one sort filter by the first word to the left of the search word, which is here represented by L1. If we click again on the word on the list, we generate the concordances again, but this time with the sort filter. One way to use this filter to find what we are looking for is to use our linguistic knowledge to our advantage. For example, we know that a word that appears after an article, such as a, and, or the, is usually a noun. So let's look for examples of the record in our sorted list and check its pronunciation.
Normal hedgehogs are known to sprint up to 6 miles per hour, less than 1% of Mach 1. The record for fastest human goes to Usain Bolt.
In this example, the pronunciation was record, because the word was indeed a noun, as we correctly predicted from the article before it. Now let's use our sorted list again to look for occurrences of our search word preceded by the preposition to, because this preposition usually appears before verbs.
Scale and measuring devices. And this bench concept allows you to record a video to the cloud while you sit on it.
In this example, the pronunciation was record because the word was a verb as we predicted. This type of search is useful for clarifying variations in pronunciation, and the steps taken for the word record can be repeated for any word that has stress derivation and for other types of phonological phenomena as well. That's all for this video. Feel free to find more applications of CELV for your classroom or to study at home. If you'd like to learn how to use the search functions of this tool, watch the other videos in this channel. Thank you for watching.